So we're just about ready for baseball here from Pat Bill Field at the College of Alameda.
So we're just about.
The Anchors will take on TKB baseball in today's 7-inning contest. Out of league for the Anchors, who currently sit first place in the BACL after Friday's home win. The Anchors head to Humboldt to face the Crabs in a 2-game midweek series, so an out-of-league tune-up for that contest. But we're just about ready for baseball here in Alameda. Jordan Bolden takes the hill. And the first pitch to Parker Rogers, who's batting leadoff. College of the Redwoods. Bolden delivers. Ball 1. That one's a called strike. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Rogers. That one's a called strike as well, and it's quickly 1-2. Bolden, the right-hander, working quickly out of Clayton Valley Charter High School. Winds and fires the 1-2. It's lined foul, first base side, out of play. Rogers, Nguyen, Smart. Nakagawa, Aquino, Palmenter, Davison, Pang, Alexander, Littell, and Brown on the bump, and so TKB hitting 10 here. It's game 2 of a doubleheader for them. And for the defense behind Bolden, at first base, Michael Weber. His battery mate, as always, Atticus Gonzalez. Aiden Sakai not with the ball game with the team today. Landry, Bollinger, and Boyle is the outfield. Francisco Aguayo and Marcus Jang, the middle infield duo. Shalom Rosenberg out at third. Bolden gets the start. We also will see Tio Villalobos, Michael Polito, and Damian Lapuz all looking to get action in today's ballgame. That's popped up foul. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rogers. Anchors have a little run of out-of-league play as they head to Humboldt for 2 with the Crabs after this. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Bolden delivers, and it's popped up right side. Moving over is Weber, and no one's going to get there. Boyle and Weber came together in foul ground, but no one could come up with the baseball. So the battle continues between Rogers and Bolden, as Bolden has a quick talk with Francisco Aguayo, ready to deliver his 7th pitch of the at-bat as the count holds at 2-2. Next one, Bolden to Rogers. He pulls a fastball, and that's ball 4. So Rogers draws the leadoff walk, and that brings up Brandon Nguyen, who cuts and misses at the first one. He's behind 0-2. Drake Smart waiting on deck. The 0-2 is low with a fastball from Bolden, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Bolden looks in to get his sign, delivers a 1-2. Strike 3 called by home plate umpire Keith Baker, and there's one away. Goes as a backwards K on the line of Brandon to win. Anchors coming off a loss to Walnut Creek after beating the Seals to take sole possession of first place, beg your pardon, and then 2 with the Humboldt Crabs, and then they're back home on Friday, first pitch 6 o'clock against Head First. That one's cut on and missed, and it's a ball and a strike. The pitch to Smart is high and tight, and it's 2-1. Just getting started, top half of the first inning of this 7-inning affair. That one served out towards center field. It's going to drop for a base hit in front of Jack Bollinger. Just a soft single right back up the middle for Drake Smart, and there's runners at first and second with just one man out. That brings up the cleanup hitter Nakagawa. Dominic Nakagawa from Menlo College. The first pitch to him is outside, 1-0. Aquino waits on deck. The 1-0 is outside again, and it's 2-0. Marciano Reichel, the only coach for the Anchors today. No Derek Livingston or Dustin Cheney. The 2-0 is a big cut and a miss from Nakagawa, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners lead from first and second with 1 out. Bolden delivers a 2-1, cut on and missed again, and it's even at 2-2. Strike 3 as 3 straight hacks and misses from Nakagawa, the second strikeout of the day for Bolden, and that brings up Aquino. Noel Aquino from the College of Central Kansas takes a called strike 1. Bolden is ahead, 0-1. Looking to strand runners at first and second. The pitch fooled him badly. A half-hearted swing yields a 0-2 count to Aquino. Bolden sets at the bell, checks the runner at second, and delivers an 0-2. Struck him out swinging. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Noel Aquino. Jordan Bolden strikes out the side. Nothing across for TKB with the Anchors coming up in the bottom half. Last of the first, Isaiah Landry leads off for Marciano Reichels Ball Club today. He'll be followed by Jack Bollinger and Michael Weber here in the first. Landry's takes the first pitch from Brown outside for ball 1. Jeremy Brown from Mendocino Junior College toes the slab. The righty's pitch is a fastball that he yanks, and just like that, Isaiah's ahead 2-0. After Weber, it's Boyle, Gonzalez, Jang, Bolden, Rosenberg, and Aguayo round out the 9. A breaking ball drops in there, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Isaiah Landry. That one sent out towards center, and it's going to dunk in for a base hit. And the speedy Isaiah Landry is aboard to lead off the ball game. TKB just played the Force in what was the first game of this doubleheader for them. The Anchors playing their first game of the evening. Sorry for the late start here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. From the sidestep, Bollinger fouls it back into the glove, and he's behind 0-1. Just getting started, last of the first. Jack Bollinger, one of the 5 Alameda Anchors who played in yesterday's All-Star game, grounds this one off the glove of Brown. The flip to second for 1. The relay to first is in time to get him. And Bollinger hits into the double play as it goes 1-4-6-3, hitting off the glove of the pitcher. A lucky bounce for TKB as it kicks right to the second baseman. And from there, the turn is easy. There's 2 away. That brings up Michael Weber, the power-hitting first baseman. The team that has Alonso Guijarro and Telly Hill. Michael Weber, since joining the ball club a little later in the season, has seen a lion's share of the at-bats there at the first base position. The only first baseman on the roster today. That one misses off the corner. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Weber. Getting started just about an hour and a half late here at the College of Alameda, but baseball under the lights, and it's 3-0 on Michael Weber. The 3-0 to Weber. He gets the green light, and it's a 1 bounce out to second. It kicks off the glove into right field. So Michael Weber gets lucky there. He was hacking 3-0, and he reaches on the E4. He hit a little knuckling line drive out towards the second baseman, and it just kicked off his glove into right field. So when you swing 3-0, you better get on base, and at the end of the day, that's what Michael Weber did. So the second base runner for the Anchors, and that brings up J.P. Boyle, the powerful lefty, holds one of just 2 Anchor home runs here at home. He takes a first pitch breaking ball that drops in for strike 1. Atticus Gonzalez, the catcher, waits on deck. The 0-1 offer to Boyle. He grounds that one hard towards first. That's going to kick into right field. It hit off the glove of the first baseman, but it's a single for J.P. Boyle. The second hit of the inning, the third base runner, and even the out, which came on the Jack Bollinger double play, was a hard hit ball that just took a lucky bounce off Brown's glove. So Gonzalez comes up with runners at first and second and 2 men out. The catcher bound for Cal State LA this coming fall. Wearing the high stirrup socks today. big hole on the right side for Gonzalez. The right-handed hitter takes a called strike one. Weber at second, Boyle at first. Last of the first inning. Here as evening turns to night at the College of Alameda. The lights on. That's a called strike two. Gonzalez stares out a couple of fastballs and is quickly behind Jeremy Brown. Marcus Jang, the red-hot second baseman, waits on deck. The 0-2 pitch to Gonzalez is just outside. Jeremy Brown was halfway back to the dugout before being called back by home plate umpire Keith Baker. He went to an off-speed on 0-2, and it just drifted off the corner. The TKB fans in attendance not pleased with the call. The 1-2, Gonzalez hits a high chopper to third, but foul. Bolden pitching and hitting for himself in the 7th spot if Gonzalez and Jang can continue the inning. Rosenberg and Aguayo finish out the 9 for Reichel. Aguayo, we saw him throw 5 shutout innings in relief back in the Anchors' victory over the Seals. 1-2, Gonzalez strikes out swinging, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. On to the second here at Pat Bale Field. We're still scoreless. Top half of the second inning here at Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda here in this 7-inning affair between the Anchors and TKB. Bolden out for a second inning of work, and his first pitch is a mile-high pop-up on the right side. Jang goes out, but coming on to make the catch is the center fielder Bollinger, and 1 pitch, 1 out to start the second inning for Jordan Bolden. Jordan Bolden, the All-Star selections for the BACL were made very early in the year, and I think Jordan Bolden has a great case for one. If we'd chosen them a little later, the first pitch here is lined hard right back over his head for a single for Davidson. Bolden, all 3 batters he retired in the first came via the K. Gave up a walk and a single to go along with it. Here we start with the P8 and a single on the first 2 pitches from Bolden. TKB hitters swinging early and often against the Anchors' right-handed starter. Fills up the zone there. It's 0-1. Noah Pang, the right fielder, we saw him play a lot in the Independence Day tournament. He's also playing for TKB today, and he takes a pitch that misses, the first one of the inning from Bolden. It's 1-1. Top half of the second, no score from the East Bay. That's a mile-high pop-up on the infield. Aguayo calling for it. Comes on, takes a couple steps back, and makes the play. 2 down. It was very windy the last few days we saw here, but starting much later. The ball will not be carrying at all. The lights on, almost taking full effect. Cloud cover out over the outfield. Pretty clear skies above. That's a called strike 1. It's 0-1. Bolden working very quickly. That one's bounced towards the left field hole, and beg your pardon, left side hole. Aguayo backhand has no play at first. It's an infield single. Nice play by Aguayo to even get to that baseball. Maybe he saved the runner Davidson heading to third, but Alexander reaches first with an infield hit, and that brings up the 9-hitter Littell. Des Littell. 5'9", 165, outfielder for TKB. Hitting in the 10 slot today. TKB hitting 10, getting guys some reps in these non-league appearances. Bolden's first one misses. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Check swing in on his hands, and it rolls foul first base side. He really jammed him on that one, and you see Des Littell in a little bit of pain as he shakes off that hand. Jordan Bolden sawed him off on that one. One pitch to Littell. Runs outside, 2-1. Reichel looking to just get some different arms loose for a big 2-game series coming up against Humboldt in the midweek. Bolden's 2-1. Misses with a breaking ball. It's 3-1. The Anchors struggling mightily for pitching the last few weeks. Here's a 3-2. Ring him up! Littell can't believe it, but it's strike 3, and the inning is over. 4th K for Bolden. 1.5 in the books. Jang, Bolden, Rosenberg look to get the Anchors on the board. Last of the second, Marcus Jang, Jordan Bolden, and Shalom Rosenberg, the 3 to hit for the Anchors, who are in a 0-0 tie. Runs paramount in just a 7-inning ball game. looking to save some arms and get ready for the road trip. Humboldt, a full 6-hour drive from here, so a long trek for the players who are playing 2 against the Humboldt Crabs, a midweek series, and then back here Friday. Jang takes that one to even up the count, out a ball and a strike. Getting started a little late here in Alameda. Tio Villalobos coaching first base. Marciano Reichel down at third. No Livingston, Chaney, or Sakachi on the coaching staff today. Jang takes a fastball low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Jang lines that one hard towards left. A bad beat, but a nice leaping catch in left field. Jang hits the ball on the screws, but is retired for the first out. Since the Independence Day tournament, Jang swinging a hot bat and hit the ball on the screws there and almost over the head of the left fielder for what could have been extra bases. But instead, there's one down here in the first. Jordan Bolden, the pitcher, takes called strike 1. We saw Bolden a few pitching appearances ago go 4 no-hit innings and tack on a home run. We'll see if he can do the same here. He drives now towards left, but very shallow, moving out as the shortstop who makes the catch. And just like that, there's 2 quick outs here in the home second. That brings up Shalom Rosenberg. Rosenberg, battling injury, was away from the ball club for a little while, but now he's back. He swings first pitch and hits it hard but foul down the third base line. Jang lined out to left to start the inning. Bolden popped out to the shortstop. And in steps Rosenberg, right-handed hitter. Slightly open stance, takes low. It's even out, a ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1 offer. Rosenberg grounds it hard but foul down the third base line. One ball and 2 strikes. Now to Shalom Rosenberg, looking to keep the inning alive. Nobody aboard with 2 outs. The pitch. Rosenberg hits a pop-up right side. In comes the right fielder, settles under to make the catch, and down in order go the Anchors. On to the third in Alameda. No score. Top half of the third inning. Here on the back half of the College of Alameda, the Anchors taking on TKB, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike one. That one is a very close pitch that misses, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. That one's grounded to second. Jang fields and fires one down. Strong defensive play by Jang, and there's one away. Top of the lineup, Brandon Nguyen, the second hitter, stands in after Rogers goes down 4-3 to lead off the third. First pitch foul, it's 0-1. Anchors and TKB from Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. I'm Kieran Costa, your play-by-play broadcaster all summer for Anchors home games. The 1-1 caught on and missed, 1-2. Fastball by Bolden, blew it right by him, and he's ahead of Nguyen. Working quickly, the 1-2 offer. And with an alternate delivery there for a 1-2 from Bolden, kicked his leg twice before delivering. Staring into Gonzalez for the sign. Holds the stretch, and it's driven to left for a 1-out single. Landry Fields fires it back in. And that brings up Drake Smart. The anchor middle infield plays for 2. Bolden looking for just one pitch to get him out of this inning, and fastball misses off the corner. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Anchors and TKB top of the third. That one's hit foul off to the right. It's 1-1. No action yet in the Anchor pen. Bolden went 4 innings, his last 2 appearances. This one is lined foul down the right field side as it hooks into that visiting dugout. And Bolden ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Drake Scott singled back in the first. Waits for JP Boyle to collect that baseball, and Bolden ready to work once again. Bolden, no windup, works from the stretch with whether or not runner. That one's popped up. That one could be playable. Boyle ranging over in foul ground, can't make the play. And the battle continues out, a ball and 2 strikes. A very long run for JP Boyle, and it looked for a second like he got there, but could not come up with it. And so we'll do it again at 1-2 between Bolden and Smart. The 1-2 offer is bounced weakly towards third. Charging is Rosenberg, and he can't make the play. It goes as an infield single for Drake Smart. There's runners at first and second. There's a little nubber up the third base line, and Rosenberg could not come up with it. So after the first man grounded out, a hard hit single from Nguyen, Smart picks up an infield hit, and now Dom Nakawaga steps in and takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Nakagawa waits on the 0-1 from Bolden. Anchor's middle infield still played for a pair. That one misses. It's a ball and a strike. And Bolden steps off to go through the signs again with Atticus Gonzalez. Nguyen leads from second, Smart from first. Bolden's delivery, a late called strike from home plate umpire Keith Baker. It's 1-2. Bolden already with 4 Ks up until this point through 7 outs. Delivers, yanks a fastball. It's 2-2. Top of the third, no score. Pitching matchup, Bolden and Brown. TKB playing their second consecutive ball game, which is a 15 to 30 minute break in between. We wonder how many arms they'll have. So the battle continues at 2-2 between Nakagawa and Bolden. The 2-2 curveball misses just high. Bolden disagrees, but filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one misses as well, and the bases are loaded. And that brings up Aquino. And Aguayo is going to go to the mound to talk with his pitcher. Noel Aquino from Central Kansas struck out swinging to end the first. TKB threatening, bases loaded, 1 man out. Back-to-back singles and now a walk has filled the bases for TKB. Nguyen from third, Smart from second, Nakagawa from first. Bolden versus Aquino. The first pitch misses in off the corner, 1-0. No place to put Aquino, bases full of TKB players. That one's popped up, and no play for Atticus Gonzalez, who threw up that mask and was flying towards that first base dugout, but didn't have a play. No score, top of the third. TKB trying to change that here with the bases juiced and just 1 man out. Their 5th hitter, Noel Aquino, waits on a 1-1, and Bolden yanks a fastball. It's 2-1. Polito, Lapuz, and Villalobos all available out of the bullpen tonight for the Anchors. That one's popped foul, and we're even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 1 man out. 5 hits for TKB, and there's just 1 out here in the third. Bolden rocks back out of the windup and misses that one. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now there's really no room for error for Bolden, as a walk would force in the first run. 3-2. Line to Weber, he makes the catch, he goes to first for the unassisted double play, and the inning is over. It's an unassisted double play for Michael Weber at first, and Jordan Bolden finds a way out of the jam in the third. 2.5 in the books, no score in Alameda. Last of the third in Alameda, Aguayo, and then back to the top of the order in Landry and Bollinger. Aguayo was getting on base at a 750 clip in BACL play, hit a bit of a slump, and that's dropped below 500, looking to snap out of it here. The 0-1 from Jeremy Brown to Cisco is low, and it's a ball and a strike. Aguayo, a great eye, on-base machine, walk or hit by a pitch, or he'll find anyway on really. He takes that one for a called strike. He disagrees and steps out. Late call from Keith Baker, ruled that it clipped the outside corner. Brown stares in to get his sign, rocks and delivers the 1-2. Aguayo takes a curveball that misses. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, and a contingency of TKB parents displeased with Keith Baker's 1-2. Call to Aguayo. It looked like a close curveball. 2-2 to Francisco. He takes a fastball high. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the lineup, Isaiah Landry looming on deck. Bolden just escaped a bases loaded 1-out jam with a line drive double play, and Aguayo's hit on the head. We hope he's okay. Flips the bat towards the third base dugout, and down to first base he goes. A 3-2 curveball sailed up and in and hit Aguayo on the helmet, but he jogs down to first base. He's okay. And as I said, he'll get on any way he can. He takes a 3-2 hit by pitch, and the leadoff man aboard for the Anchors here in the home third. Back to the top in Isaiah Landry. Isaiah singled his first time through, was erased on a Jack Bollinger double play. Aguayo, a threat to run, leads the team in stolen bags. A check on him, he dives back to the bag headlong. There he goes. The throw down to second is high and into right field. Aguayo's going to head towards third. There will be no throw. It's a stolen base and an E2. Aguayo goes to third. So Aguayo at third, and there's still nobody out as the pitch was a ball to Landry. So that first run 90 feet away, Isaiah takes outside. It's 2-0. Isaiah takes a 2-0 for a strike. Two balls and 1 strike to Isaiah Landry, the left fielder for the Anchors tonight, and he pokes his bat at it and dunks it into right field. It's going to drop and roll all the way to the warning track. Landry heading towards second. Reichel sending him towards third. The relay and the throw is way late, and Landry in with the headlong dive for a triple. So Aguayo led off the inning with a hit by pitch. He stole second and third. Landry tripled him in, and now Bollinger looking to tack on even more insurance for the Anchors here in the last of the third. The third baseman draws in on the line. The rest of the infield plays normal depth, and Bollinger lines it hard but foul down the third base line. It's a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bollinger, a slightly open stance from the left side. That one is spiked. It's 2-1. Pitch. Bollinger sends that one out towards left center. It's deep enough to score the run. The catch is made. Here comes Landry. The throw's cut off, and it's 2-0 Anchors. Bollinger does the job. He comes up in a ribby situation and does just that. That one drops in for a called strike one. Nobody on, one out. The Anchors lead 2-0. Aguayo and Landry have both scored here in the third. The pitch is low to Michael Weber. Weber made that outstanding play at first base, turning the double play to end the frame. The 0-1 to him is lined foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes, beg your pardon. Caught on and missed, a big hack from Weber, and he's down a swinging. That one's grounded towards short, should do the inning. Flying up lines Boyle, but the throw's in time to get him. The putout goes 6-3, and the inning is over. On to the fourth, 2-0 Anchors. First pitch from Bolden to start the fourth inning is called a ball by home plate umpire Keith Baker. A fastball just missed inside. Bolden tries again. This one up above the head for ball one. That one's lined towards right. Boyle playing shallow, comes on, can't get it, does keep it in front, and it's a leadoff single. Top of the 4th inning, the Anchors leading TKB 2-0 thanks to an Isaiah Landry RBI triple, and Jack Bollinger followed that up with a sac fly. Runner leads from first. That's the 6th hit of the day for TKB through just 4 frames. That one misses off the corner, and it's 2 balls and no strikes, and we'll see when Reichel tries to get the pen going. Cut on and missed, a big hack. The 2-1 offer is line foul, and we're all even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Davidson singled his first time up. The 2-2 offer. There goes the runner. Struck him out. The throw down to second. Aguayo couldn't come up with the throw from Gonzalez, and it's a stolen base. Oh, so close to a strike him out, throw him out, double play. And we were talking on the broadcast Sunday about the most beautiful plays in baseball, and I think strike him out, throw him out, double plays got to be up there with the best of them. Bolden fooled him on a breaking ball low. Gonzalez came up firing to second, but the throw wasn't corralled by Aguayo, and that one off the glove of Gonzalez. It's ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Noah Pang. Bolden has K'd 5 here in the top of the 4th. He's behind 2-0 to Noah Pang. Popped out to the shortstop Aguayo his first time up. Bolden stares into Gonzalez from the stretch. High and tight, it's 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 offer is low ball 4. Beg your pardon, it's a called strike 1. I spoke too soon. Gonzalez couldn't corral it, but Keith Baker calls it strike 1 anyway. And that one's ball 4. So Noah Pang gets on either way. This time on the free pass, it just takes Bolden one more pitch. That brings Alexander to the plate. Three balls and no beg your pardon, we start the next at bat here. It's to Alexander, takes outside. Singles, strikeout, walk. Caught on and missed. It's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 is a high chopper to the right side. Jang charges, underhands to first to get him. It was a Baltimore chop off the bat of Alexander. Jang goes the short way to get the out at first. And so the out is recorded, and there's 2 away. That brings up the 9-hitter, Des Littell. Des, with a ball to the outfield, could tie up this game. Bolden staring in to get his sign from Gonzalez. Now rocks and fires a First pitch, that's high and tight to Littell, the top of the order. And Rogers looming on deck. The 1-0 offer from Bolden, whose pace is slowed mightily now with runners in scoring position. That's caught on and missed. It's 1-1. And Atticus Gonzalez is going to go out to the mound to talk to Bolden after they can't get on the same page with the pitch, and maybe crossed up there as Gonzalez couldn't come up with it. Top of the 4th inning at Pat Bale Field, the Anchors threw up a 2-spot in the last of the 3rd. Looking to hold on to that for now, just 3 more innings in the 7-inning affair. Gonzalez back behind the plate. Parmenter away from 3rd, Pang from 2nd. Bolden's 1-1 misses just below the zone. It's 2-1. Another close pitch from Jordan that does not go his way. That one, though, finds it, and it's 2-2. We'll see how many innings they ask of Jordan Bolden, with Polito, Villalobos, and Lapuz all available. Nice block by Gonzalez with the runner at 3rd base. That yanked fastball from Jordan Bolden could have yielded a run. Gonzalez with a great block to keep it in front. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open, but you have the top of the lineup looming on deck. You want to go after Littell here. Bolden ready. Littell digs in from the right side. Righty on righty, the 3-2 offer. Struck him out swinging. Bolden gets Littell for the 2nd time. 3.5 in the books from Alameda. Anchors 2, TKB nothing. Last of the 4th inning here in Alameda. Atticus Gonzalez, the catcher, leads on.
He told you.
So Gonzalez behind, no balls and 1 strike, and takes this one. Whoa, as he asked Keith Baker where it missed. So Gonzalez stands in for the 2nd time. He struck out his 1st time, and here he lines it into left field. That's a base hit, and the Anchors would love to get the bat of Atticus Gonzalez going. Their other catcher, Aiden Sakai, an all-star, played in the game yesterday. He joined Jack Bollinger, Tony Vasquez, and Aiden Tackless as the all-star representatives for the Anchors yesterday in the inaugural BACL All-Star game. But Gonzalez, the leadoff man aboard. Patrick Sweeney was also named an all-star for the Anchors, could not play due to injury. Brown cannot corral the throw back to the pitcher, but Gonzalez holds at first. Jang, who was red hot, getting on base 3 times in 2 of the 3 Independence Day tournament games he played, hit a hard line drive to left, but a nice play was made. That was back in the second. Here, he lines it back to the screen, and the count's a ball into strike to the Wesleyan shortstop, playing second base for the Anchors today. Jang, a right-handed hitter. Gonzalez away from first, the 1-1. Fastball runs just off the corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Jordan Bolden, the pitcher, out on deck. Still no action in the pen for the Anchors. 2-1. Clips the outside corner, 2-2. A team in desperate need of some pitching may see how many innings they can get out of Jordan Bolden with a big 2-game series with the Humboldt Crabs coming up in the midweek. But 2-2 here to Jang, struck him out swinging as he cuts and misses. There's 1 down. That brings up Jordan Bolden. Bolden popped out to the shortstop in his first trip. He's also turned in 4 shutout frames on the mound, carrying 6 of his own. That one is low. It's 1-0. Bolden ahead of his pitching counterpart, Jeremy Brown. Gonzalez still at first. He led off the inning with a single. Not going, and Bolden fouls it back to the screen. It's 1-1. Shalom Rosenberg back with the ball club. He waits on deck. Runner Gonzalez leads from first. But 1-1 from Brown to Bolden. There goes the runner, but it's fouled back to the screen, and Gonzalez has to head back to first base. Gonzalez was running on the pitch, had it stolen off the pitcher, Jeremy Brown, but is forced to head back. Bolden takes, that one gets through the catcher, and now Gonzalez is going to get his stolen base on what's going to be ruled a pass ball on the TKB backstop. So there's now a runner in scoring position with just 1 out, and Jordan Bolden has evened up the count at 2-2. Gonzalez led off the inning with a single. He just moved to second on the pass ball. But 2-2 from Brown to Bolden. His line back up the middle. A diving stop. The throw to first is in time to get him. Bolden can't believe it, and neither can the Anchor bench, but what a play. Diving up the middle, throw from his knees to get Bolden. Took a base hit and maybe an RBI away from Jordan. Gonzalez had to hold on at second, and there's 2 away. It's a great 4-3 putout. Bolden's 0 for 2, and that brings up Shalom Rosenberg looking for an RBI. Big hole on the right side for Shalom, who cuts and misses at a pitch at his eye line. It's no balls and a strike. No one up in the pen, so it looks like Bolden will be asked for at least a couple more outs. The 0-1. Rosenberg grounds it through the left side. Reichel sends Gonzalez. The throw to the plate is cut off. Sliding in safely is Gonzalez. And it's a 3-0 ball game. A crucial RBI for Shalom Rosenberg. And Coach Ken out to the mound to talk it over with his TKB infield. It's a ribby single for Rosenberg. Aguayo coming up, and the meeting at the mound for TKB. And that's going to do it for Hunter Brown. We'll give you all the details on the new pitcher on the other side. Troy Frazier comes into the ballgame for TKB. He inherits a runner at first and 2 men out, and he's facing the pesky right-handed hitter Francisco Aguayo. First pitch, beg your pardon, is a high fastball for ball 1. Aguayo was hit by a pitch on a 3-2 his last time up, and here he's ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. That one's lined down the right field line. It's going to dunk in for a hit. Aguayo's flying around first, heading towards second. Reichell's going to send the runner, but he throws him a stop sign at the last minute. Aguayo is ready to go to third there, but he's up with the stand-up double. Have yourself an evening, Francisco Aguayo, who's been on base twice. Rosenberg holds at third. Isaiah Landry up for the second time. He singled and tripled in 2 trips. Now runners at second and third. The Anchors looking to put away this ball game with just 9 more outs to get. The 0-1 to Isaiah is low, and it's a ball and a strike to the Anchor left fielder. Isaiah had an RBI triple and would later score in the 3rd inning on a Bollinger sac fly who waits on deck. Landry committed to Alabama State. Grounds that one through the left side. Aguayo rounds 3rd. He's going to try and score, but third of the plate's cut off again. They go to second, and Landry is out. Aguayo on a timing play is ruled safe at the plate. 2-run score. Landry gets 2 ribbies and another single. He's thrown out at second. The putout goes 7-5-4, and the inning is over. But the Anchors tack on 2 more. They're only 5-0 after 4. We roll on to the 5th inning. Here at Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda, the Anchors now leading 5-0, and Tio Villalobos is loosening in the bullpen for the Anchors. Bolden's first pitch is high and tight for ball 1. Top of the lineup in Rogers, Nguyen, and Smart due up in the 5th. Remember, again, just a 7-inning affair, so TKB needs runs and they need them quick. It's a called strike, and we're even at 1-1. Bolden delivers low right through Gonzalez to the screen. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Parker Rogers, College of the Redwoods. Brendan Nguyen waits on deck. He's from University of Pacific, same as Anchor's first baseman Telly Hill. I assume they've been teammates at some point over the last few years. Hill not with the ball club today. Michael Weber, the lone first baseman, in a depleted roster for the Anchors. Chris Bliscoe, one of the only offensive weapons that's left on Reichell's bench. Bolden drops a 2-1 breaking ball in there to the disgust of Rogers, who shows Keith Baker just how high it was. Here he bounces it foul along third base side. And the battle continues at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 is sent out towards center. Bollinger has a beat on it, cruises back, and makes the catch chest high. There's one down. That goes as an L8. And that brings up Brandon Nguyen. Nguyen struck out looking in the first. He singled in the third and was left stranded at third base. That one's high. It's 1-0. That one clips the outer edge. A nice frame job by Gonzalez, and it's even out of ball and a strike. Holden working quickly, goes to almost the same spot, yields a different call, and it's 2-1. Bolden's 2-1, and now it's 2-2, and he's been all around that same spot. 2-2 offer from Bolden. Struck him out swinging. Gonzalez makes space, flips it down to first to get him. Bolden's 8th K of the ball game, the second time he's gotten to win, and that brings up Drake Smart. Smart a pair of singles in his 2 trips. Anchors hit the road tomorrow for the 6-hour drive out to Humboldt, where they play a pair against the Crabs. But if you want more action here on Alameda Anchors YouTube, come back Friday. First pitch at 6 o'clock. That's a missile down the left field line over the head of Rosenberg. Landry gets there. His throw to second on a hop. Jang's tag! Not in time! Marciano Reichel 2 steps out of the dugout. He can't believe it. An absolute laser of a throw from Isaiah Landry, who sprinted to the line, came up firing. His throw beat the runner, but Jang swiped tag. Tim Logan ruled he was under it. So it's a double for Drake Smart. That's his 3rd hit of the affair, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, Dominic Nakagawa. Nakagawa struck out and walked. That was a great throw by Isaiah Landry, and it looked for a second like he had Smart, but base umpire Tim Logan disagreed. That one misses for ball 1. Now runner in scoring position with 2 out, but Bolden continues to work very quickly, and it's a ball and a strike as that one's cut on and missed. That one's low. It's now 2-1. Bolden behind 3 balls and 1 strike. Checks the runner at second and delivers. It's popped foul. Filler up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Out of play. There was never a thought for either. Dom Nakagawa looking to knock in the first TKB run. Curveball high, and now it's 3-2. Beg your pardon. So a full count offer to Dom Nakagawa. We'll see if they send the runner, trailing by 5. 3-2. A curveball misses way high, and he walked him. So runners lead from first and second. So runners lead from first and second. Bolden facing Parmenter, and his first pitch is high. Jackson Parmenter from Butte College, an outfielder who's also seen some time as a pitcher for TKB, is ahead of Jordan Bolden 2-0, and Villalobos is now throwing with a little more earnest down in the left field line bullpen. A 2-0, caught on and missed, had him fooled badly, it's 2-1. Bolden looking to escape the fifth and leave just 6 outs for his bullpen. That one is high, it's 3-1. Bolden getting up near that 100 pitch mark. We'll see how long Reichel will let him go. Broken bat. One hopper for Aguayo and he can't make the play. That was a very tough play. It was a shattered bat. The ball died on the grass. Aguayo couldn't come up with it. And Reichel's going to come out to the mound. It goes as a hit. Aguayo spared the error. And Reichel's going to talk to Bolden. Villalobos seems ready in the pen. We'll see what he decides to do. Jordan Bolden will not be making the trip to Humboldt with the rest of the ball club, so he will have till Friday with no baseball activity affiliated with the Anchors. Reichel is going to leave him out there. Looking to finish off this frame against Noel Aquino. The bases are loaded with 2 men out. The pitch is up at his head. It's 1-0. No place to put him. Bolden's next delivery finds the outside corner. It's 1-1. Bolden looking to escape a 5th inning jam here in Alameda. Protecting what's right now a 5-0 lead. Delivers a 1-1 low. Another nice block by Gonzalez, who's putting on a defensive clinic behind the dish today. He's blocked 3 baseballs with the runner at third base. Bolden, working from the windup, delivers a 2-1, is popped up. Weber ranging towards the line, and it's out of play. It's even at 2-2. 7-inning game, mind you. 7 outs left to get for the Anchors. You'd assume Tio Villalobos would be coming in. Bolden, not usually a pitcher, or not one that sees regular time for the Anchors, is up over 100 pitches here. Staring in to get his sign from Gonzalez. Delivers a 2-2. An emergency hack on a pitch well up the corner. And the battle continues. Two. Bolden delivers. It's lined towards center. Bollinger coming on, and he makes the catch. The inning is over. Bolden leaves the bases loaded. 5.5 in the books. The Anchors with a commanding 5-0 advantage. Last of the fifth, Jack Bollinger, Michael Weber, and JP Boyle, the heart of the lineup, due up. Open stance for Bollinger. The lefty takes outside 1-0. Jack waits on a 1-0 from the new man, and this one is outside. He's way ahead. It's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Bollinger, way ahead in the count from Frazier, who misses badly again, 3-0. And Bollinger, who can run a little bit himself, you don't want to put him on base. That's bounced foul. Bollinger swings 3-0. Baker Bunny's fair down the first base line. Bollinger went out of the box, is flying towards second base. The throw is in time to get him. Bollinger swung 3-0, did not leave the box. It got past the first baseman down the line. The putout goes 9-6 to get Bollinger to lead off the frame. Michael Polito, the relief pitcher, playing as first base coach. So Michael Weber stands in and ball misses. So 3-0 on Bollinger. He gets the out on the outfield assist. And he's quickly fallen behind Michael Weber. 1 ball in, no strikes. Lights have taken full effect. As an 8:30 start, the latest you'll see from the Anchors whole season, I would guess. It's a ball and a strike to Weber. The first baseman has reached on an E4 and struck out. He was swinging 3-0 as well. The Anchors looking to get the bats going. A curveball just misses. It's 2-0. Very close pitch, and Keith Baker asked where it missed, and he says high and inside. But 2-1, Weber, this one inside as well, and it's 3 balls and a strike. A hitter's count for the Anchor first baseman. Looking to tack on to what's already a 5-0 lead. No runs, 8 hits, 1 error for TKB. 5 runs on 8 hits, and no miscues for the Anchors. Weber takes a big hack at a 3-1. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two offer from Frazier. Inside ball 4. So Weber works a walk, and that brings JP Boyle to the plate. JP has singled and bounced to short. Wearing the long sleeves tonight in a chill night in Alameda, as the hood on as well. The left-handed hitter, upright and slightly open, takes a called strike 1. He put one over that 325 sign out and right earlier this season. It was the first home run here at Pat Bale Field for the Anchors. Bolden tacked on another, but just 2. And for a team where situational hitting has been lacking at times, it's a tough ballpark to hit home runs in. They still stand atop the BACL. A depleted pitching staff, losing Nevin Lee, who was a big innings eater for them, training for the rest of the summer. Ubis Zuleika an infielder and another guy that could pitch for the ball club, also deciding to train in the back half of the summer, going into the fall back at school. That one's thrown away on the pickoff attempt, and it's going to roll all the way down into the tarp. Weber is going to head towards third and be put there on an E1. An errant pickoff throw from Frazier. So now another run 90 feet away and an RBI opportunity for Boyle. Situational hitting, as I said, that's been struggling all year, has been very good today. 2 out hits from Rosenberg and Aguayo to knock in runs, and then Jack Bollinger had a sac fly. That one's low and inside, and Boyle's way ahead 3-1. And a great opportunity to shorten up and knock in that runner from third. Infield stays back for TKB, willing to trade that run for an out. The 3-1 to Boyle is low ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and there's runners on the corners with 1 out for Atticus Gonzalez. Atticus struck out in the first and then singled in the fourth. Boyle from first. Weber from third. That one misses as well. He yanked a fastball. So back-to-back walks after Bollinger got thrown out trying to stretch a double. Command not been the strong point for Frazier in this outing for TKB. No one up in either pen. You'd assume Villalobos is ready. I don't know how many more bullets Jordan Bolden has in that arm. That one misses low. It's 2-0. Villalobos assumed the next man. He's ready and waiting. Marcus Jang waits on deck and out to the mound for a discussion. Two balls and no strikes. Runners lead from first and third. Boyle dancing off first, and the 2-0 to Gonzalez is called ball 3. And Troy Frazier not pleased with the call. Frazier and Gonzalez. There goes the runner. Gonzalez swings and pops it foul. Three balls and one strike. Every anchor been given the green light 3-0 today, and we've seen a lot of hacks from him. 3-1 to Gonzalez. Pops it foul again. Filler up 3 balls and 2 strikes, and now you'd assume to see JP Boyle running. Last of the 5th, and what's just a 7-inning ball game tonight before the Anchors hit the road for their longest drive of the year out to Humboldt, California. 3-2 pitch. Gonzalez is out on called strike 3, and you rarely see this much emotion from Gonzalez, who cannot believe a called third strike from Keith Baker. Gonzalez, who's a very even-keeled player in both on the field and in the clubhouse, was jumping up and down. Boyle heads to second. The throw is high. The tag is late. Weber holds at third, but he was incensed that curveball stayed high. runners lead from second and third. And that's a cold strike to Marcus Chang. It's 1-1. Jordan Bolden has a bat out on deck, but you'd assume his night is done on the mound. The 1-1. Chang leans out of the way of that one, and he's ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tune right back here on Friday at 6 o'clock, and we'll have the Anchors versus Head First. Jang takes a cold strike 2, and we're even in the count. Jang, not a fan of the call as many hitters have been from Keith Baker's zone tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, and Jang, an emergency hack, spoils it foul. And the battle continues at 2-2. Marcus has lined out to left and struck out. It was a high expected batting average line out off the bat of Marcus Jang for all you advanced analytics fans watching the Anchors. Hit the ball, good launch angle and good exit velocity, just a nice play out and left. Jang here winds it back to the screen, and we're even at 2-2. The 2-2 again. Jang bounces it foul, and the battle continues. Jang not going away. So Frazier and Jang continue to battle. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 men out. Righty on righty. Jang strikes out swinging. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We move on to the 6th with the Anchors leading 5-0. Top of the... First pitch is outside. Tio Villalobos into the game for the Anchors, looking to get the last 6 outs. The lefty fires and it's lined foul. But counts even at a ball and a strike. Villalobos stares in to get his sign. The lefty delivers high. It's 2-1. Owens called the ball as well, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. That one's high for ball 4, and Villalobos starts his outing with a walk. That brings up Noah Pang. Pang has walked. He's also popped out to Francisco Aguayo at short. Runner at first, that's Davidson. Pang waiting on the first one from Villalobos and caught on and missed. He's behind 0-1. Noah Pang, out of the University of Hawaii. Listed as a utility man for this TKB squad. We also saw him playing for the Redbirds. As he takes this one for a ball. Or beg your pardon. For Fellowship of Christian Athletes, we saw him play in every game for FCA in the Independence Day tournament. That one is high. It's a ball and a strike. A pick back to first. Tim Logan does not save it. They got the out at first. A nice pick back by Gonzalez. Pang waits on the 1-1 from the lefty Villalobos, who fires and caught on and missed a fastball away. It's 1-2. The 1-2 from Villalobos to Pang is lined into right center field. That's a base hit, sinking fast. Going over to cover it off is Bollinger, and just moving up 90 feet is the runner Davidson. And that brings up Alexander. Brian Alexander, Hartnell Junior College. And there's more action in the Anchor pen. We'll see who they're asked to get the last 3 outs. Looks to be Michael Polito. Damian Lapou's given the night off. We'll see him in Humboldt later this week. And then the Anchor's back home Friday. Cut on and missed. Villalobos reached back for that one, and he's ahead in the count with the first pitch strike to Alexander. Infield plays for 2. Weber behind the runner Pang at first. Cut on and missed again. He was late on back-to-back Villalobos fastballs. And Atticus Gonzalez exchanging words with home plate umpire Keith Baker. It's been a contentious night between those two after Gonzalez was rung up on a curveball he thought did not break into the zone last inning. But Gonzalez back behind the plate. The lefty Villalobos delivers the 0-2 and it's bounced foul down the third base line off the anchored dugout. Top half of the 6th inning out of 7 here on a Sunday night, as we've just about an hour and a half played. As we got started a little late, as the Yankees were scheduled for a doubleheader, ended up just playing one. TKB played the Force in the earlier game of the day. It's 1-2 after a changeup misses high from Tio. Ryan Alexander digs back in. Bring the high socks. Strikes out swinging. Villalobos gets his first of the outing. There's one away. That brings up no pinch hitter Ryan Sochasang from De Anza College. I beg your pardon, it's Des Little. They have 2 number 30s listed. It's a called strike 1. Gonzalez looked to fire to first. Didn't have a play on Pang. Polito up in the bullpen. Either he's just getting some work in, or we'll see him for the 7th, which would be to close this one out. Villalobos reaches back, and a high fastball is cut on and missed. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Des Littell. Villalobos stares in to get his sign, checks the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch. He is outside with a fastball. The 0-2 offering struck him out swinging. Back-to-back Ks for Villalobos, and back to the top of the order in Rogers. Villalobos, after a walk and a single to start the outing, has settled down quickly with back-to-back Ks. Now faces the leadoff man, Parker Rogers. Rogers 0 for 2 on the evening. He walked in the first, grounded to second in the third, and he lined out to the center fielder, Bollinger, in the 5th. Up here in the 6th, Villalobos looking to end the frame, and he starts there with a cold strike 1 to Parker Rogers. Polito, the righty, up and loosening down the left field line. That one's in there as well. It's 0-2. Top half of the 6th inning. Anchors pitching, looking for just 4 more outs to complete what would be a very rare out-of-league victory for a ball club that's just been dominant in the BACL, but cannot buy an out-of-league victory. Rogers stays alive as he fouls off a Villalobos fastball down the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Villalobos looking to strike out the side in the 6th. Runners lead from first and second. The 0-2. Yes, he did! Struck him out swinging. 3 straight Ks for Villalobos. 5.5 in the books. The Anchors in control, leading 5-0. Chris Bliscoe comes off the bench to pinch hit for the Anchors. The lefty out of the lineup today, but gets one at bat here in the last of the 6th. The 0-1 is breaking ball that misses 1-1. The Anchors looking to close out what's been a comfortable 5-0 lead. They picked up 2 in the 3rd, 3 more in the 4th. Bliscoe takes a big hack and a miss. Tied him up inside. It's 1-2. But 1-2 is outside. So it's now 2-2 to Chris Bliscoe. Kai Holm out on deck for the Anchors. That one's off the corner. Filler up 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Reichel emptying his bench here in the bottom of the 6th. Join us again Friday as we'll have the Anchors versus Head First Baseball at 6 o'clock from Pat Bale Field. Chris Bliscoe draws a walk, and Kai Holm comes out to hit for Atticus Gonzalez. Beg your pardon, that's for Shalom Rosenberg. So home for Rosenberg, you slot him over at 3rd, and then, or beg your pardon, you put Bliscoe over at 3rd. Bolden was pinch hit for, so you lose the right to a DH, but with just a half inning left in the ball game, not much to that. It's 1-0 to Kai Holm, the right-handed hitter, hitting at an outstanding clip over 350. Picked up a couple extra base hits as well, having a great season at the dish. Takes this one low. It's 2-1. Polito up in the pen. We'll see if they ask him to finish it off or if it's Villalobos again. That's a mile-high pop-up behind the plate. It's going to drift back into the seats, and it's even at 2-2 to Kai Holm. We'll see Aguayo and then back to the top of the lineup. Kai, a slightly open stance from the right side. Bliscoe on first with a leadoff walk. The 2-2. Kai Holm strikes out swinging. One down, and that brings up Francisco Aguayo. Aguayo on base twice. He was hit by pitch, and he also doubled. Aguayo coming off a 5 shutout inning appearance last time. This time he bounces into a double play to end the frame. So we're on to the 7th. The Anchors need 3 more outs. We'll see who closes it out on the other side.
last home game though?
Polito comes out of the bullpen after Bolin went 5. Villalobos worked to shut out 6th. Polito trying to finish off the last 3 outs, protecting a very large 5-0 advantage. First one misses, 4-1. The Anchors hit the road this week. We won't see him here back in Alameda till Friday. That one misses as well. It's 2-0. 2 close pitches from Polito to start the at-bat. They play the Humboldt Crabs up at Arcata Park in Humboldt. That's on July 11th and 12th, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Friday, they're back here against Head First. And then Sunday, home again against the Novato Knicks. So Friday and Sunday, join me here on the Alameda Anchors stream or come out to the ballpark. Bollinger cruises in to make the catch, and Polito yields the first out of the inning via an F8. That brings up Drake Smart. Smart has singled twice and doubled, allowing himself quite an evening up until this point. Brandon Nguyen, who popped out to center, ends his day 1 for 3, barring a 6-run comeback from TKB. That one misses low with the breaking ball, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 offer, fastball low. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. That one's bounced towards third. The new man out there is Kai Home, but it's foul. And we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dom Nakagawa waits on deck. Polito in a 2-2 battle here with Smart. 3 for 3 on the day for Smart. Has 3 of the 9 hits. Here takes a breaking ball above the zone. Filler up 3-2. No runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. And tack on 1 more walk for him. And then 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Anchors. So Drake Smart's on base for the 4th time, and that brings up Nakagawa. A right-handed hitter. Polito looking to get a ground ball and end this thing right here. His first pitch is cut on and missed. He's ahead, no balls and 1 strike. Nakagawa is struck out and walked. Polito's 0-1 offer. This is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top half of the 7th. Runner leads away from first. Polito sets at the belt, stares in to get his sign, and delivers. A fastball's bounced to the hole. Aguayo knocks it down, tries to go the short way to second, and gets him. Aguayo, that's a nice play by Aguayo. Ranged to the hole, knocked it down. Ball was hit too weakly to get 2. He went to Aguayo the short way to get 1, and now they're down to their final, or beg your pardon, TKB is down to their final out, and that's Jackson Parmenter. Polito, runner still at first. First one to Parmenter, who's late on a fastball from Michael. It's 0-1. Anchors back here Friday. Tune in at 6 o'clock here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. I'll be on the call. That one's outside 1-0. You can catch the next 2 games on Humboldt Crabs YouTube channel as they're playing a 2-game midweek series up in Humboldt. The 1-1 caught on and missed. It's 1-2, and TKB all of a sudden's down to their final strike here in the top half of the 7th. Polito sets at the belt. The 1-2 offer struck him out on a breaking ball, and the ball game is over. The Anchors win this one 5-0 in what's just a 7-inning affair. Bolden gets the win going 5 innings. Villalobos and Polito finish off the shutout for the Anchors, and that's going to do it here from Pat Bale Field. Anchors win 5-0. I'll see you Friday at 6 o'clock right back here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. Once more, I'm Kieran Costa saying so long from the East Bay.